Hello, Business Finance 330 students. This is Professor Hassey speaking to you live and in color from Claremont, California. And this is our class number 1 introduction video to the first class of our Kappa Business Finance hybrid class that begins this Saturday morning at 8 a.m., the dreaded hour. Every Wednesday, prior to a class, I will produce a introduction video talking about the activity that you need to be prepared with for our Saturday class. This is a unique class. We only meet on 5 Saturdays. Our usual time of meeting will be from 8 a.m. to approximately any time between 2 and 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So you have to be prepared to sit at a computer for a lot of time on these Saturdays, September 5th, 12th, the 26th, October 10th, and October 24th. I will be recording these classes as well and posting them to our YouTube site, but I can't stress the importance of attending class. We cover a lot of material that you're going to convert to problems, papers, exercises, exams in the weeks when we don't have class. That's why this is called a hybrid. Half the class is online or remote learning. Half the class is on your own and doing work from your workspace at your home or wherever you do your class work from. So it's a unique format, and I am here to help you get through it all over the next few weeks here in this fall semester and term. So welcome. Let me go to week number 1 of our class. Before I get to that, let me make sure that if you are familiar with our course syllabus, I've sent it to you earlier. I hope you've had a chance to review it. Our course schedule, when our dates and times, our classes, the chapters we will be covering on those dates. So please pay attention to that schedule. Make sure you're aware of it and plan it accordingly over the next few weeks. If you have not had a chance to look over our syllabus, please do for class Saturday morning. Now, our class is going to be via Zoom. So if you go to the Zoom YouTube link file folder in your Blackboard, you will see the link to our class on Saturday. All you need to do is click on this link and you're in our class via Zoom. I also have office hours during the course of the week where you can ask me any questions or take some time to go over problems or any concerns you have. Monday and Wednesday from 3 to 5, Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 3. And those are the links for those office hours. You just click on it during those time periods and voila, there's Professor Hassey. Also, we can meet according to your schedule as well. You can set up an appointment with me and that's not a problem. We'll talk more about that in our class on Saturday. So there are the links. I also will be sending you the links with this introduction video via email later on this evening. So if you go to week number 1, our first class, you will already see the agendas for our class to what we're going to be covering. We're going to have a morning session from 8 to 11:30 a.m. Then we're going to take about a half-hour break to stretch your legs, maybe have a bite to eat, relax for about a half hour, get away from the computer for a bit, and then come back for our afternoon session, which will go from usually 12:30 to 2 p.m. or in some weeks, maybe a little bit longer, but always no later than 3 p.m. So afternoon session begins at 12:30. Now, in the past, what some students do is they hang out for the morning session and then they hit the highway and I'll never see them again for the afternoon session. I strongly urge you not to do that because in the afternoon session, we will be going over problems that you will see again in your assignments, in your examinations, in your papers. So it's very important to see that and be around for that afternoon session. Remember, you signed up for a class that's hybrid, meaning we're not meeting in the evening or on Saturday for 3 or 4 hours. We're meeting every week. We're meeting on 5 Saturdays from 8 to 2 p.m. And then the other off Saturdays, you're on your own to do the work as you see fit. So that's our setup here. So let's take a look at our agenda for this Saturday. we're going to be talking about chapters 1 and 2, defining the course, going over some questions or concerns you have with our syllabus or course plan or schedule, talking about the definition of finance, talking about financial markets. We're going to be putting together a stock portfolio over the next week, and we'll talk about that in class on Saturday. In other words, you're going to be building a portfolio of stocks that you're going to learn how to do that, how to track them, and what it means over the course of our class. The afternoon session is at about 12:30 after our lunch break, and we're going to be doing some review problems. We're going to look at problems in chapter 1, pages 26 and 27, problems 1 to 10, chapter 2, problems 52 to 53, problems 1-10. Remember, we're using the 10th edition of Fundamentals of Corporate Finance. Now, these problems are not for you to turn in. They're just review problems to practice, to get to know the materials. You do not have to turn them in. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about the portfolio, and then we're going to schedule student and professor meetings. Every online and remote class that I have, the first week of the course, I like to meet with each student individually for about 10 or 15 minutes. So on Saturday, I will set up a schedule from September 8th, Tuesday, to Thursday, September 10th, in the evening or in the afternoon or the evening, where you can select a time. There'll be a link to a Zoom meeting where just you and I will sit down and chat for a few minutes. I want to make sure you're comfortable and understand about the course. You don't have any computer issues with your workspace, with your computer that you plan on using the class with, that you have a textbook, and answer any questions or concerns you will have. This is going to be after our first class on Saturday. Next week, you'll be meeting with me individually. This is a requirement of the course. You'll be graded for your participation in this. It's part of your class participation grade. So that's the highlights of our meeting on Saturday. Also, in the afternoon session, I'll talk about and introduce the topics for the next class on September 12th, that Saturday. So that's where we stand in the course. Now, I'm going to take a few minutes to introduce to you a video introducing our class, What is Corporate Finance? So let's take a look at that video.
Corporate finance is the area of finance dealing with the sources of funding and the capital structure of corporations and the actions that managers take to increase the value of the firm to the shareholders, as well as the tools and analysis used to allocate financial resources. The primary goal of corporate finance is to maximize or increase shareholder value. Although it is in principle different from managerial finance, which studies the financial management of all firms, rather than corporations alone, the main concepts in the study of corporate finance are applicable to the financial problems of all kinds of firms. Investment analysis, or capital budgeting, is concerned with the setting of criteria about which value-adding project should receive investment funding, and whether to finance that investment with equity or debt capital. Working capital management is the management of the company's monetary funds that deal with the short-term operating balance of current assets and current liabilities. The focus here is on managing cash, inventories, and short-term borrowing and lending, such as the terms on credit extended to customers. The terms corporate finance and corporate financier are also associated with investment banking. The typical role of an investment bank is to evaluate the company's financial needs and raise the appropriate type of capital that best fits those needs. Thus, the terms corporate finance and corporate financier may be associated with transactions in which capital is raised in order to create, develop, grow or acquire businesses. Recent legal and regulatory developments in the U.S. will likely alter the makeup of the group of arrangers and financiers willing to arrange and provide financing for certain highly leveraged transactions. Financial management overlaps with the financial function of the accounting profession. However, financial accounting is the reporting of historical financial information, while financial management is concerned with the allocation of capital resources to increase a firm's value to the shareholders.
Wasn't that an exciting video? Trust me, this class will be a lot more exciting than that video. Trust me. But it just gave the basic definitions of finance. Now, where did that video come from? We'll talk about this on Saturday, but we have a YouTube site for our class. It's Business 330, Business Finance for the fall 2020, and this is that site. And if you go to that site, the link is in Blackboard. You want to go to our class, 330 Business Finance Fall 2020. There's all kinds of videos. And this is where I'll put the introduction video with a link in Blackboard. This is where I'll put our class recording videos of our class sessions. And as you can see, there's a lot of files here to define the nature of our topics week by week. This is an excellent source for data and for study outside of our class lectures, our YouTube playlists. And we'll talk more about that on Saturday, but you can go and investigate it leading up to Saturday. So that's the introduction to our class. As I'm speaking here in Claremont on this lovely Wednesday evening and looking rather strange in these glasses and this headset. But again, I want to welcome you all to our class. Take a look at Blackboard, get familiar with the syllabus and our schedule. If you can, have a chance to read chapters 1 or 2 of your text. If you don't have the text, go to the Blackboard site for week 1, and there's PowerPoints of chapters 1 and 2 you could perhaps review prior to class. I'm looking forward to working with you all. This is an unusual term. Not only are we using a hybrid format, which maybe some of you have never dealt with before, but we're going to be speaking online via Zoom. I have a lot of experience with online education, so don't be worried about that. You'll be provided all the necessary information, communications to make you succeed in this class. But I can't say how important it is to participate in our class, be part of the discussions. Just don't come on and show a black screen that without your camera on. It's important for you to communicate and be engaged in this class to be successful. So thanks everybody. I look forward to working with you. We'll see you bright and early, 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Be on time. I'm a stickler for that. And I open up the video about 7:30 a.m., play some light, very nice, lovely wake-up music, and we'll hit the online waves at 8 a.m. Saturday morning. Look forward to seeing you all then. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.